We're live. Yay. Hey, everybody. Hi, Joel.
Hey, Mia.
Where are you?
I am in Costa Rica.
I am not.
How is the weather there in Denver?
I will say it is nice here, so I'm not going to be too fussy, but it's still not Costa Rica. So I'm just going to sit a little pouty today, but at least I get to talk to you, and you're going to give me tips on how to get there.
Yes.
Are you not?
It's probably, if it makes you feel any better, it's raining right now. It is the rainy season, which is apparently good for wildlife viewing, and it might be good for having some guests come and share. My wife and daughter and friend might come and share what they've been thinking so far.
Oh, good. I want to hear it because everybody's experience is different. You know, you're going to be excited about different things than they are. So that's kind of cool, though, that it's good for animal watching because Costa Rica is just so well known for being like every walk of life for the flora and fauna and animals, right?
Yeah, I've been going crazy. Sadly, all of my computers are locked on my fancy camera, which I can't download to my travel computer, but some good ones to take home. It's just the fauna, the greenery.
Yeah. Compared to what's interesting, compared to Colorado, which it's somewhat green right now, but nothing like it is down there. So we would be cool if you could do like a full album. Have you done albums on Google Photos? Then we can partake. We have some folks here. If you are tuning in and you want your name and your profile to show up, you can go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and that will actually get. Let me get a couple little things on here. That will get your name on here. Now, do we still have the little banners at the bottom, Joel, or do we? I don't see any of those. So we'll just say it by name. How's that?
All right.
We have, hi, Katisha. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Joel and Mia. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to say hi to you. Hi from Las Vegas. That's super fun. Please say hello and where you're from. And if it doesn't look like your name's showing up, just type your name in the comments too. And Joel, are we doing a giveaway today too?
We are. Yeah.
The imaginary
feel free to comment, ask questions. Every comment, every question counts as an entry. And we're giving away $100 travel savings card. That's good for millions of hotels, car rentals. Car rentals are good places to save money these days. And excursions all around the world.
Awesome. And I just posted the link for streamyard.com/Facebook. Again, that'll let us know who this is. Oh my gosh, especially if we're doing a giveaway. If you've commented and we can't tell who it is, at least we can't on the comments here. So hi, Gerald calling in from Maryland. Awesome. We have Chicago. Hi, Gloria is in NYC. I'm going there in a couple months. So get it warmed up for me. Washington, we have all kinds of fun people. So, and how are we going to do? Are we going to talk about the lounge a little bit today too? And if people are interested, they can type the word "interested." Is that how we're going with it today?
Sure. Yeah. So, Jagoot Lounge. That's what we're here for. So, Jagoot Village is where we talk about the tips and tricks that we teach inside of Jagoot Lounge. So. If anyone has been following us and is interested in learning more about our coaching program, Jagoot Lounge, just interested in the comments, and we'll teach you all sorts of stuff on how to do trips like what we're sharing right now.
Yes.
For those of you who don't recognize my normal Jagoot bookshelf background, this is our place for the next few days.
It is, and it sounds echoey because it's so ginormous, right?
Yeah, this is 2,200 square feet.
What? Yeah. That's bigger than most of our homes.
Yeah. What? You guys want a tour? Should we do a tour now?
Yes. I would love that. Oh, Brooke, thank you for that. Brooke is the woman with the most behind the scenes for us. Patricia. Yay. Oh, Beth's here from Chandler. All right, Joel, show us what you got.
All right. So
wow.
Here is the view. As you can see, it's raining right now. We all got out this morning and saw all the wildlife right there in those trees across the way. Were toucans and macaws.
Seriously?
On the trees over here were, like toucans. and macaws.
Like Fruit
The
Loops
actual
toucans,
birds.
right?
Not from a zoo. Yeah.
Right.
The pool is right down there. The ocean is just beyond. Well, not just beyond, but the view of the ocean is beyond there. The pool.
Yes.
Not sure how much of that you can see. And then our living room.
Beautiful.
Our kitchen.
Wow, this place is seriously lush.
Here's so the guest bathroom for all the parties that we have. We had no idea it was going to be this big, or we would have invited some more friends.
And invited some more people. I love the artwork too, by the way. Is that your own elevator? What?
Our own private elevator that comes right to the room. So we came in and we said, we just assumed it was like a hallway, like any other hotel. But no, this is our hallway. It's 3 bedrooms. Here is our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive it, it's a little bit used.
Hey, you're on vacay. Oh, I love that you have the view there too. I mean, even rainy and just like misty looking, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That looked like you were going to walk into the wall there for a second. That was cool. It was an optical illusion. Beautiful.
Yeah, nice master. The secondaries, the girls just came back from the beach, so we'll leave them alone.
Okay, gotcha. I love that. I really do love the artwork. It's very clean, but it lets you know where you're at. That's beautiful.
So yeah, so this is. I mean, it's. We had no idea. The pictures don't do it justice. We and this walkthrough probably doesn't do it much justice either, but it's pretty cool. And I don't know. I mean, I just think we got this through rule number 2 of the Jagut way of travel, which are 2 things we teach. We teach rule number 1, which is go where the deals are. For those who have been following us, we've gone to Chicago. Why? Because we found $171 flights in first class, in like lie flat, like the fancy private pod first class seats.
You know how I feel about those. So, I feel good about those.
Those are normally a couple grand to start because they only fly international routes. They're only long haul flights. And it's like, well, yeah, let's go to Chicago for the weekend. And we stayed at a Hyatt there, top floor, penthouse suite, $140. So pure cash, no points required. Go where the deals are. That's rule number 1. That's what we teach. Cancun, if you look for our guides section, you can see a video that we did from Cancun. Why? Because we found $300 cash flights. No points required.
Right.
$300 first class flights. Again, lie flat business class seats. All right, let's go to Mexico. We had been cooped up for a year. I own a travel company and we didn't travel for 12 months. So time to start traveling.
That was some irony for all of us, wasn't it? I was a travel blogger before all of this hit, so
right.
You can imagine I was feeling a little twitchy about it.
I can relate.
But it's been interesting. If y'all look back in this group, we have a ton of videos. A lot of the folks that are in not only the village, which is where you are right now. This is the village. This is the free group. You can see there's a ton of people in this group. There's a lot of information that's thrown back and forth. And then we also have the lounge, which is also where you get that. What's the comparison? What's the gym comparison between the village and the lounge? Tell it, Joel, because I love it.
So yeah, Jagut Village is kind of like the gym membership where you can go as often as you like. You can go every day. You can go twice a day. You can use every piece of equipment in the gym. And we teach plenty of tips. You can ask questions and get those questions answered in the village for free. Jagut Lounge is a private member-only coaching group. We've got 7 experts who travel this way. And spend 10 or 20 cents on the dollar compared to what the typical traveler does. One of our graduates is leaving today. She's on her way to Punta Cana.
Is that Mira?
That's Dominican Republic. She's going to Puerto Rico.
Okay, fine.
Her 3rd trip that she's booked since joining the lounge in late January. And she said that those 3 trips cost her less than what she used to spend on one.
Yeah, that's the difference.
And she actually has joined our team since. So she's helping us talk to people, make sure that our program would be a fit, to even see if our program would help and so on. So I got distracted. So the lounge, if the village is like a gym membership, the lounge is like hiring a personal trainer. So we've got experts that travel this way, and we teach you how to do this, how to stay in it. This is a $750 a night resort, and we're doing it for $150. And that's only because we brought the girls with us. There are 4 of us. It would have been free if it were just the 2 of us.
Right.
A lot of space for just the 2 of us, but
yeah.
Either way, that's a pretty good deal. Rule number 2. So this we did with points, and the whole idea there is that points are so much more flexible. You can do so much more than them with them than dollars.
Right.
So sometimes if you don't like the price that you're paying, well, we teach you how to accumulate hundreds of thousands of points so that no matter where you want to go, no matter when you want to go, if you don't like the prices that you're finding, use points.
Yes.
And between the 2, it's a perfect setup. So
it's a great marriage, like between those 2. There's strengths and weaknesses for everything. So, and I love it in the village too, that we have people that are, Southwest experts and in the lounge as obviously in the lounge. And then I love the comparison we had on a comment today about being agnostic. I can't remember. I think Brooke put it in there. It was in our private group of like how you choose. Are you just going to be all about one airline? Are you going to be about Chase Sapphire? Right? There's a lot of different ways you can accumulate that. And the biggest thing when you're first starting out with JGood, of course, when you're doing the 2 rules, that first rule of look for the flights is the flexibility that you need to have to just say, hey, I'm not going to be super married to a date. So you don't want to use these, right? These techniques if you've got a wedding or you've had something happen with your family or you have a solid date that you need to be somewhere, correct?
Well, yeah, that's odds are pretty slim. Sometimes you find an okay deal.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible.
But when not, you have points, and it's like having a get out of jail free card, or it's like paying with Monopoly money. You say, what? You want $700 per person for a family reunion? And I have a family of 5. I don't have $3,500 in the budget. Okay, well, you use points, and you fly there for $55. And yeah, it's just a pretty good balance. So this year, we loved this resort. No way we would have paid $750 per night for it. So we used points, and we didn't mind the extra fee because it's still all in. It's a fantastic deal.
It definitely, it adds up. I mean, and what I'm liking about this thing you're doing today is even you are like, wow, this is amazing, which you do this a lot. I mean, you've done the lie flat going to Asia and Europe and the whole thing. So for you to be pretty impressed by it is amazing. Where are you, by the way? What resort is it?
So we are in an area my wife found. This is called Manuel Antonio National Park. So we're right adjacent to a national park. We haven't been there yet. We're just kind of we were up further north in Arnall. We stayed right in a park there. We went ziplining. We went on hanging bridges. We went on rainforest hikes. And now we're here. This is more of our chill at the beach, at the pool area for a couple days. And then we'll go hit the national park, check out the sloths and the more monkeys and all that stuff.
Stop. I cannot wait to see. Get video of that. I mean, even though it might be a boring video, I'll take it. I can look at them all day. Right? Super slow. And they're like, I'm not going to do a big trick for you, lady. That's why I'm called a sloth. Right?
Well, apparently, they just like to hang out here. They like the guests and they like the people. They said they've had to kind of clear them out of the bar because they'll just come chill in the bar. Oh, my wife
Dude,
sloth.
I saw sloths today.
No, tell
she
us.
did? Oh, come tell us.
Okay, hold on. I'm just finishing eating.
Okay.
It is it's a
This
tough,
is
Which-
my wife,
I mean-
Michelle.
Hi.
storm out there today, so I'm cold and wet.
And
But,
looking good though, sis.
But yeah, I did. We went down to the beach, and everything's in the rainforest here. So if you like nature, you need to like nature to come to Costa Rica, because you're going to be with a lot of wildlife, which is good if you like nature.
Yeah.
Which I do. I love. So yeah, we were in a little jungle beach, and there was a sloth just hanging there.
Stop it.
For 3 days in the tree, I guess, 2 to 3 days, and then they'll come down.
I'm not counting my sighting of a
And they'll go
sloth.
back up and hang. Oh no, actually, so now I know we've actually been seeing them a lot. Those ball things I was wondering about, those are sloths.
Huh?
Oh, now that you've actually gotten like an ID on him.
Somebody here showed me, and now we know. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Oh my God.
I'm going to see a sloth.
Yeah, and it really is well known for the wildlife and the nature.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I agree. If you kind of want to commune, that's the place to go.
Yes.
We had a
Yeah.
family of pigs outside our place up in Arnall.
Yeah.
Woke up like what 8-10 pigs.
And this is great. I mean, if you're here during this time of year, you'll have less crowds.
Mhm.
It get rain every day, so you've got to be okay with that. But it has not stopped us. We've done everything we wanted to do. Still, we've just put on our rain jackets and hiked,
Yeah.
and we've still seen everything. But you get brighter colors, you get more flowers. So there's some fun
Do.
with that.
That's awesome. And Joel said that there's more feeding right now than too.
Mhm.
Gosh, that is so fun. I'm a big fan of shoulder season. Anyway, I don't know if that's what it's considered down there, but
We call it green season here, but it's the shoulder season. Yeah.
right, the green shoulder season.
Yeah.
But for those of you out there, and I just went to Keystone this weekend, which was just delightful. But same thing. I'm not sure if it was shoulder season and still pandemic, but it was definitely super, super quiet. And there's something to be said for traveling during those times. Like the people that when you go into different places, they're so excited to see you. I find because there's not that many people there. So it sounds like that's what you're doing there too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been great. And everybody here is wonderful anyway. I mean, it's really friendly people. Yeah. I mean, we're loving it. It's been great.
Yeah. Was this a planned trip, y'all, or was this on again with the Jay Good? Did you have Costa Rica in mind, and then and you're just waiting, or tell me a little bit about your process of getting to this particular trip?
So this is probably a prime example of why the Rule 2 is so important, because it wasn't planned per se, but we had about a 2-week window that we had to work with because of daughter's schedules. We were bringing, so our daughter brought a friend. So between their schedules and our schedules, we pretty much had no more than a 2-week window that we had to work with.
Wow.
So we were working within specific dates, and the cash price was that we wouldn't have done this. This was a $2,000 per person flight.
What?
And yeah.
I was like, what? Oh my, not 2,000 total, which is what we talk about a lot. But
So 1,900 technically, 19
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
For first class.
First class, I was going to say.
And that's one of the luxuries you have when you know how to accumulate points, and more importantly, when you know how to redeem them efficiently. So even though it was a $2,000 flight, it fit the time frame. It was direct from Denver, and it was only 50,000 points, which is it's basically $500 worth of points. So
Right.
that's cheaper. The coach fare was $1,200 for this same flight. And so basically, because we have points, because we have a system, we call those earning multipliers, where we earn points 5 to 10 times faster than most people do just spending the traditional way. You accumulate points, and you have an evergreen supply of points that you can use when you don't like the prices you're finding. We really liked the idea of Costa Rica. It fit with our schedule. We did not like the idea of paying $2,000 a person just for flights.
Yeah.
So we used points. And here we are. And the hotel was kind of the same. There are certain points that, that might get us $500 or $1,000 in value. This is getting us $3,000 in value.
Sure, I was gonna say because it's triple in a way, because if it's $500 that you spent and then it's a $2,000, I'm not good with the numbers, but you know what I'm saying, it's really good. And that's what's interesting too. And thank you for typing in interested. Brooke will reach out to you. We appreciate that. That's what's kind of cool too. I mean, and that's the first time I think I've heard you talk about that small of a window. So again, first rule is, check every day. You can use Google Flights. You do want to go where the cheaper flights are, and then you can build that trip around it. Tell me your story real quick. I always make you trot out these stories like you're some kind of circus clown, and I'm here for it. Tell me the story. Tell me the story of when you had booked a trip, or like you had the cruise, and thought, oh, I got that really good deal, and womp womp, not so much, huh?
So, and like back then, this was 5 years ago. And I was really good at finding good airfare deals. And I've always believed in that, like schedule your trip around good airfare deals. But I found a really good cruise deal. And this was when Michelle and I got married. She and I went on a honeymoon, got a great deal on that in Antigua. But then we went on a family moon where we took the kids.
I love that.
I got all excited because I got a great deal on the cruise. It was a balcony room. And that was like 6 months before the family moon was scheduled. I could not find reasonable airfare. And I looked because that's what we teach, look every day. But when you paint it into a corner for a specific place, your odds drastically get reduced. And I ended up just spending several $1,000s just on flights to take advantage of the great deal on a cruise.
Right.
So it's like, who cares about the great deal on the cruise? We just blew $3,000 on flights. And so that was kind of where we came up with the balance of points and of using points and to offset that, because had we had points, we could have gone for $100.
Right.
In fact, like as soon as I learned that lesson, 3 months later, Michelle and I flew to Hawaii for $22. Just doing that, just going and getting points.
Right. And I always say too, when you tell these stories, that the more you start to do this, especially now you all in the group have been doing this folks in the lounge, they've been doing some crazy trips. So they have been intrepid travelers the last 6 months. So it's been very encouraging to see that. But I think it's a muscle that gets built. So, if you're part of the lounge, you do get to have the daily notifications that I love so much. I love those. Can you talk about those real quick? Talk about rule number 1 and how we can take advantage.
Great. We've got a couple new guests.
Oh, who do we have in the studio?
We've got my daughter Julia and her friend Sarah.
Oh, I haven't met Julia.
He graduated this year, and he's off road tripping all summer.
Hi, ladies.
We told my daughter she could bring a friend. So,
dude, look at you all. Like, that's fancy.
Yeah.
Right?
What do you guys think so far?
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it amazing? Oh, I'm so jealous. I've heard so much. What's your coolest thing you've seen so far?
I mean, I really like all the toucans everywhere. And you can just sit and like they'll fly to the trees, and it's like, oh, the birds.
Yeah, just hanging out.
We got to see a sloth today.
That's what I heard. Are they just so peaceful and zen?
Yeah, they're not. You barely even see them moving. It's so cute.
Right, they're like living up to their name.
Yeah.
Did you see the toucans as well?
Yeah, they were like flying over the pool the whole time we were in there. It was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, they look amazing. All I can think of, Joel, I said that earlier, is Fruit Loops. Like that's the only toucan I've ever seen. Is a box of a Fruit Loops cereal.
Right.
Or a zoo, exactly. You don't really see that too much. Now I know that Julie, you've been on trips obviously with your dad, but I'm sorry, I forgot the other. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Sarah.
Sarah, is this your first really big trip then too, like this?
This is my first big trip with Julia and everything, but it's been super fun, yeah.
Yay! How cool to get to
We
have
got to test it out when one of our lounge clients came out to Denver, and our director of support, Brooke, who's chatting in the chat area right now.
Yeah, hey, Brooke.
She kind of spearheaded saying, "Let's all go up and meet." So we got to test that out, and Sarah came up with us for that stay as well.
Nice. Oh, now I saw your post. Let's talk goofy post about the difference between like the one lounge at DIA. Talk a little bit about that too. And ladies, were you enjoying like all the lounge experience too with traveling?
Yeah. Nice. Like sitting in airport seats. Yeah.
Right. Especially now. Like I don't know about y'all, but I'm still a little twitchy about people sitting real close to me.
Yeah. That's
Right. So first class is nice too. What'd you say?
Plenty of room in the lounges. Yeah.
Yes. So, and that's a key point that you teach a lot too, is looking at the airports where you're flying in and out of, right? Even just to see what the lounge is like. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the funny thing too, because I was never this type of a traveler. I called myself a free agent, but agnostic, and I went where the deals were.
Right.
But it's like we've all learned just kind of a higher level of travel. So now it's like, I mean, I was kind of complaining because we went to the United Lounge and they were serving like cheese sticks and
I saw that mozzarella stick, dude. I did see that. That was funny.
Cup of noodles. And just 2 weeks prior, we were in the Centurion Lounge where it's all hot food, all, deliciously prepared.
Like an upscale restaurant with a hotel bar almost. It kind of looks like the difference to me.
Right.
Centurion's definitely better, but I will say I learned that cheese sticks and Fritos are not too bad with champagne. I mean, actually works.
Okay, this is why I like you. Or things like that. You know what I mean? Making the best out of it, finding out the little savory that goes with whatever. That's awesome.
Well, it's tricky for me. I have to eat gluten-free, so the lounges can be tricky for me, but Centurion has a lot of options when we were there.
That makes a lot of sense too. You're right. Of like what the choices are. What if you have any kind of restrictions, that makes a lot of sense too. So yay, this is why I tune in to learn all this stuff from y'all. Awesome. Now, how much longer will you be there in Costa Rica?
We leave Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're here until Thursday. One of the other downsides was we do have to leave very early Friday. So
I'm making the face for you.
We don't even get to take advantage of the 5th free night that we would have had here, and we have to go stay somewhere in San Jose so that we're close to the airport because it's.
I gotcha. Right. Okay, and that's the right San Jose, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for that reminder.
Yeah, she was along for that ride.
I was gonna say, Julie, you were there for that one. And I love this comment. Girls, you're so lucky to have a dad like Joel taking you on these trips. I gotta admit, there's probably gonna be a line of, "Can we be adopted by Joel?" Right.
And Sarah's great to have along.
Yes, I love that.
On interviews like this.
Totally. Hey, tell that story real quick then about the San Jose thing, because this is when you do, I make you trot these out. This is when you do want to have points. This is when they're really valuable. Yeah. If you make a mistake. This is probably the epitome of having a get out of jail free card. Julia, why don't you share a little?
Well, so we got there. It was like, 6 a.m. We were walking to the airport, going to the gate, all excited, ready to go. Bags were checked. And then I look over at him and he's like, "Oh no." It was what, California, or where was it?
Well, yeah, so
California.
San Jose del Cabo. In my excitement, I booked us to San Jose, California. We had scuba excursions. The next morning, we were swimming with whale sharks. We had the whole lineup, and it was a quick trip. It was like a 3-4 day trip. So there was no rescheduling unless it happened that night. And there was one flight that I frantically got online and it was going to be like $600 something a piece for a one-way flight to Cabo. Because I did get the return flight correct. But
you had that going for you. Okay.
And I wasn't going to be too happy about forking out $1,200 cash. I also wasn't very happy about forking out 100,000 points, but those are a lot easier to replace than dollars.
They are.
Points to the rescue. It cost us $0 extra dollars. We actually got there faster because it would have been, we would have had a layover on the first option. This was a flight.
Okay. So that was a little bit of a comfort for you, like, oh, all those points, but.
Yeah, but points are easy to replace when you have a strategy. And
definitely.
That's what we teach inside Jagoot Lounge. So if anyone's interested in learning that strategy, just type interested in the comments. And we don't call them salespeople. We have two people who are in Jagoot Lounge themselves. One is a graduate.
Yeah.
Lounge. Another is one of our experts in Jagoot Lounge. And their job is solely to ask questions and find out if what we teach would be a fit for travelers.
Yes.
So yeah, type interested and someone on our team will talk to you and see if it would be a fit.
And we're all converts, just a little FYI. And again, I've come from the travel blogging world before all this pandemic business hit. You've been in that world. Mira, that's part of our converts also, was a travel agent before this. So that's kind of what I dig, that we all have these different experiences that we've kind of thrown to the side because this is a better way to travel. And the points thing, it is interesting. Once you get your head around that, of this amount of money equals, they really don't equate in some ways. You don't want to, we always use that example. Don't just take those points and buy a new iPad when you could use those points and then travel. The lay flat thing, y'all, that's on my list.
Yeah.
Every time I see those pictures. Where did you go to? Hong Kong? Is that what you went to on the lay flat?
Yeah.
Oh.
In Beijing.
Yeah, it was a whole Asia tour. Yeah.
Singapore. We went to Singapore. Singapore. Lay flat went to Singapore. No, Hong Kong and the lay flat. Singapore and the sea. That's what it was.
What was cracking me up was the boozing on the plane before the plane took off.
Yeah.
The high quality bubble.
Cheese. It's not string cheese. It's like, you get
real cheese.
A legitimate 6-course pairing. It's nice.
That looked amazing. Okay, we have a couple people saying interested, so that is awesome. So we're going to have, what's our prize today, Joel? It's the same prize every time, but I love it for everybody.
$100 travel savings card. So yeah, any comments out there, whether interested or any other questions that we can field, gets 100. We'll have a raffle at the end, and someone will get $100 savings card that they can apply towards hotels, car rentals, excursions.
Right. So car rentals more than anything right now, people, because they are literally renting U-Hauls in Hawaii right now because they can't find cars to rent. So that would be super valuable.
It wasn't too bad here. I rented 2 different places. And I had 2 cars waiting for me here in Costa Rica.
Dang.
So
yeah.
We at least got lucky with that, but yeah, from what we're hearing, there is definitely a supply and demand issue. You have to be prepared.
That's what I've heard. Well, ladies, what else are you excited about on the last couple of days of your trip? Do you have any other bucket list things you're going to try and hit before you go?
Oh, I mean, I'm just honestly excited to just be able to see everything around here, and just we had so many activities in the beginning of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's we get to chill and eat more food.
Stretchy pants, everybody. That's what I would bring for trips like that. And how is the cuisine down there, speaking of? How's the food?
It's really good.
Yeah. Probably super fresh and the whole thing. Costa Rica is so unusual because isn't it just, it's pretty small. So you've got mountains, but you also have beaches right?
Yeah. This is the first that we've seen of the beach. We've been inland in mountains and lots of mountains. We're used to mountain driving in Colorado.
Yeah. Nothing like this?
Nothing on Costa Rica. Driving up the side of the volcano, that's lots and lots of ups and downs.
Oh, is it? Oh my gosh. So probably
We can
switch
share.
that.
We can share tips on that stuff at another call.
Yeah, I would like that. So like a Dramamine kind of sitch, like make sure you right.
Yeah.
And we are used to that because I just drove up to Keystone, but it sounds like it's nothing like that at all. Somebody says, Joel and Michelle, come home so we can do something fun together. Looks like you had a great trip. I don't know who that is, but somebody's asking you to bring yourself on home. I like that. Rachel says it's so nice that people.
Like wherever you are here, there is stuff to do. Like you don't have to be at the beach. We were inland for 3 days, and there was a lot.
Yeah.
Zip lining. We went to the hot springs. We did a chocolate coffee sugar cane tour where you got to make your own chocolates and taste coffees and
Fun.
foods. Like, and there's a lot to do whatever part of Costa Rica you're in. There's plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems like it's so easy to support good businesses, which this is what I'm loving, that we can get back out and support these different countries, these different communities with our dollars, and we can spend more at those places if we save our money. I love how this works. If we're saving our money on travel, then we can just spend a bunch of money wherever we're going. That's how I like to roll.
Well, that's how I mean, I feel like by not spending it on airfare, on lodging. Yeah, I mean, we've been ridiculous tourists. I mean, we've done what, like 6 excursions so far.
Yeah.
And we're gonna keep going and doing more. We'll probably get a guide in the national park just so we know what we're looking for and all that fun stuff. And yeah, why not support a local economy versus just pay for overpriced flights?
It's so true. I mean, and you've said it so many times too, of like, once you spent all that money on that, then you get there and you're not having a good time because you're flat broke, right? And can't spend any money. So, I mean, yeah, if you're looking to get out there and support the world and world tourism, that's the way to go. Somebody, Rachel says, it's so nice that people are getting out and about. I've been getting emails for months. This is the first live I've joined. Yay. This is a good one to join and look at this whole crew I have. Usually I just have to look at Joel and not there's anything wrong with that, Joel, but come on. Look what you got around you right now. Amy says, aren't the peyote trees terrifying? What's that?
I don't know what those are.
I don't know.
The peyote trees?
I'm going to have to Google that.
Those, I don't know what that is.
But I think we're going to learn something new today. Rob and I just booked a Cancun in September, eager to put some sand between our toes. No doubt. No doubt. What do you have coming up after this? And then we'll probably... we'll see if anybody else has any interested or any other questions. But what's your next trip after this? Not just, it's kind of like asking you about your next meal when you're at your meal, but I do want to know. Oh, I love that.
We don't know yet. We have an anniversary coming up. Oh no, we're going to see my family. We are doing that. We're going to see my family.
Okay.
In July.
Fun. Where's that at?
Indiana.
You know what? I'm going to Illinois in 2 weeks, so I join you in this Midwestern adventure of bugs and humidity, which we don't have. And Amy says the trees with the big thorns.
We have not seen those.
All right, they're going to have to look for those too, but they do sound terrifying.
Yeah, the one is about the poison ivy. The leaves are seriously this big around. They are giant, but we have not seen trees with thorns.
They have what? They have poison ivy.
They have poison ivy with big leaves, like
Huge.
the size of bigger than
wow. Do they point that out to you too? So they're like, not toilet paper,
Yes.
not don't pick it up.
Do not
Right.
touch.
Can y'all imagine? She says,
Flowers for viper heads in them. Don't touch those.
yes, the trees are also fence posts. Dang, that sounds amazing too. So, all right, y'all. Let's see if anybody else has any more questions. We have a lot of interested people. So join us in the J Goot Lounge, right, Joel?
We have a lot of fun in the lounge.
It's where the cool kids are.
The most beautiful part for me is like we've got a lot of people who were initially students are becoming teachers and they're sharing the wealth. We just had someone last week who's been pretty quiet in the lounge, and he just found his first trip and he started sharing it with all of his friends. He's got several friends going, all inspired because of trips that wouldn't normally be in the budget at typical prices, but when you find them at these prices, it not only changes how you travel, how you live, it can change the lives of those around you, and it becomes infectious. So that's where it's
Good
real
point.
fun. We're building a family of people who share a similar passion.
We are. We're going to have to figure out what resort we'll go to, like when everything's really opened up, where it's going to be like the Jay Goot reunion of everybody. Too. That is a good point, because and FOMO can be used not really great, but in this situation, when there's that fear of missing out, and people are like, I want to go on that too, then you kind of show them how to do that. Because that's the hardest thing too, is most people think they can't because it's going to cost too much money, and then we don't get to go anywhere, and then we're grumpy.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody likes grumpy.
Honestly, that's the other reason I kind of started this as an education, because I get called at least a couple times a month, and we get dozens, if not hundreds, of emails, messages from people who are like, I need to go to this place next week. And it's too late. You know, it's kind of like calling a car insurance agent after an accident. I need to get car insurance.
And they're like,
it's too late. Can't do anything.
What do they say on the commercials? That's not how this works.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes really, really valuable.
It does. Amy wants to know again where you are in Costa Rica.
So we're now in Manuel Antonio.
It sounds like an actor, by the way. Manuel Antonio.
Yeah.
Or a Latin American dancer.
Yeah.
Definitely that too.
Well, apparently he's got a really great national park too. So we're
that guy. That guy's amazing. So and tell us the name of the resort again.
This is the Hyatt Los Altos.
Los Altos.
Yeah.
And before we wrap up here, we have just a little bit more time, but talk about so are you using Hyatt points as well? Is that kind of your favorite, or are you also more of a you'll take what comes your way as far as hotels?
So this year, one of our experts taught me the lesson of having status and being loyal to Hyatt. Hyatt is probably one of the best hotel chains to have status with. Okay. And he taught all of us loungers a trick on how to get status a lot more easily than the normal way. So we've started to become loyal to Hyatt. We didn't stay at Hyatt the first time out. We just did an Airbnb because we wanted to be just right in central Arenal. That's the volcano that we went, and that's where all the stuff that we went with.
Was that cool, y'all?
There.
Did y'all love the volcano too, ladies?
Yeah.
Did they get to see? Yeah. Like, was it going? Sorry to stop you for a second. Was it actually like? This is the universal sign for a volcano that's spewing, by the way. Was it?
I don't think it's had any eruptions in about 15 years. 2012. No, 10. It was 2012 was their last. And that everyone kind of watched from the bar on the volcano. They were showing us pictures and so on. They had a catastrophic eruption in 2068, but they've determined it's not dormant, but not dangerous.
Oof, yeah, that I wouldn't mess with. Amy's got all kinds of Costa Rica tips for us. Take the ferry to Punta Gorda Peninsula if you want to travel off the grid. Do you think I should take like 2 weeks there, like when I go, because I'm gonna go? Like, do you think 2 weeks is? Yeah. If I can, yeah. I don't know. The hot springs. Is that what y'all went to? The hot springs?
We did. Yeah. I don't know the name. They have a lot of them, but that was.
It was the Ecotherms.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the one we did.
Yeah, they had a restaurant there, so ours included the hot springs restaurant. Like they have like waterfalls and different tiers of different temperatures, so you can kind of choose the temperature that's right for you.
Oh, I love that. And I go to the like lobster hot one, like right off the bat. I'm not even messing around with this whole like, I'm like, no, I want skin red. Thank you very much. Amy says 2 weeks for sure. And hey, Brooke, sorry, I did something with my second screen, so I can't pull this up to see the number of comments. So if you could just message me, because we're going to pull a name here shortly, and I'll do the little random number generator. Joel, any kind of closing things you want to tell us to get us all fired up about Jay Goot?
The biggest thing is I would say to feel free to take advantage of the free resources that we have in the guides section of Jay Goot Village.
Yes.
that lets you get to know several of our experts. It lets you know about our philosophy. And again, it's based on 2 simple rules. Go where the deals are. And when we talk about deals, we're talking about deals that are so stupid cheap, you'd be silly not to go. And then have points as a backup plan. And between those 2, you don't need a lot of points. I don't know, when you have that philosophy, you stop thinking like, oh, it's not in the budget, because that's thinking the traditional way.
That is.
Yeah, take advantage of the guides section. It's not for everyone, but we've got avid travelers who have become far more avid travelers. We've got beginner travelers who are now traveling 2 or 3 times as often. It's mostly just a matter of, does this way of planning for travel benefit you? And the best way to learn that is in the guides section. Reach out and type interested if you'd like to learn more. We don't have salespeople. Like I said, our members are graduates of the program, and it's changed how they travel. And their sole job is to make sure that we get nothing but ecstatic clients who want to travel more and stop wasting so much on flights and hotels.
Probably the only maybe downside to it is you need to invest in some good luggage that you really like. Some lightweight, super awesome luggage. I'm kind of a luggage snob. I have this like really bright pink sparkly bag. Y'all, it makes me happy. Just saying. All right. So comment number 31 is the winner. Big winner, big prizes. Brooke will reach out to you. I don't know who the name is, but Brooke will go through it. And so that's the winner for today. Yay.
All right.
Well, this was super fun. Ladies, it's nice to see you. Thanks for coming on and sharing your experience with us too, because that's always kind of fun to hear all the different things that everybody's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Julia especially is very camera shy. Sarah twists her arm and anytime I take a picture. So it's very good for her to show up. Thanks.
Yes. And I bet, thank you, ladies. And then it'll be great because we do have an Instagram account. So if you are traveling to Jaygoot Way, go to @Jaygoot Village, which is JGOOT Village is the Instagram account, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And Joel, do some stories. I bet you're probably doing some Instagram stories. That's fun to see too, because then we can follow your adventure as you go along too.
Yeah, I have to remember. I do everything in horizontal, and then I remember. Oh, Instagram.
Which you actually can as well. Just a little FYI. It just tends to have like the kind of fun thing with the horizontal, just to give you a little, don't feel so bad about it, is you can put a lot of text around it. That's what I say. I can write. Oh, thank you, Brooke. That is perfect. Yes, dude, you're doing a great job, especially you're doing so great. You're taking your whole family and your daughter's friend along with you. So good on you. All right, everybody. Joel, any parting words? And then we're going to get out of here.
Thanks, everyone, for joining. Keep posting all your exciting trips and sharing your advice. And we look forward to learning from you too.
What do we have coming up in the lounge this week?
Oh, we're wrapping up our bookshelf series. So the bookshelf series is we've all got our regular trips that we plan the traditional way. The bookshelf series is like that great big scrapbook that is too big to fit on the bookshelf that you currently own, like a safari, an African safari, overwater bungalow, a private suite on a plane. These are like once in a lifetime trips that most people don't even do in their entire lifetimes. And we teach a strategy called the bookshelf series on how to do that, how to pick out like that big photo album that's too big for your traditional travel budget, and kind of build out the books that go around that scrapbook, build out the bookends. Those are your books that get you there. And do the entire thing on points, and you can do that once a year. Yeah. So this week,
as opposed to once in a lifetime.
What's that?
I said as opposed to once in a lifetime.
Right.
Yes. And so this week, what are we doing?
Yeah. So this week we're talking about the bookends. How to assemble those flights and how to plan for them and do them instead of thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, points and hundreds of dollars. And it's a sequence. It's a series. it's a process that you learn, and once you learn it, you have that lifetime skill, and you get to start taking bigger, cooler, fancier trips than you used to for that same budget.
Amy says safari would be amazing. By the way, they are amazing. That was my last major trip that I took. But again, that was as a travel blogger. So that's what I'm learning as well, is how to do this myself. Because quite honestly, it's exhausting to be a travel blogger. You can't really relax. I need to go on a trip where I can just sit my happy you-know-what down and not feel like I got to, jump all in all these different hoops. So that's why I'm learning a ton on that. And again, if the lounge is not the place for you, which you can talk to any of I'll call them experts. I think they are, because they are. You can go in the village, and there are a ton of helpful videos. Say, for instance, the one on building up your credit, which was, based on my own experience, asking for this friend, and which was very helpful as well, because don't feel like you cannot participate in this if your credit's not great. There's a way to get to that point as well. So,
and that's the other reason we have the village, having points and having good credit is a part of it, a part of this equation. But if you don't have good credit, we've got free tips in the village so you can get that better. And when you get that better, we'll teach you what to do with that good credit and how that can help you travel a lot more often.
I think it is the things that people forget, and they feel like it holds them back, but get rid of that. That was so 2019. Forget it. You can travel with us too. So, Amy, thanks for all your comments. We really appreciate you. Joel, enjoy, have fun, and we'll see you next week then.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
okay.
everyone.
Take care.